this is Cypris, and tonight we are doing some more exploration of the waning moon. This is a really good time for letting go of things and starting new, and I've been doing a lot of transition in my life, and that's an understatement. I've been going through a lot of transitions, and I am ready to let go of the old and start fresh. There's a lot of things that I have moved past, that I have worked through, that I have let go of. I want them to really, really be gone. So this is an exercise I came up with using two little figures. They should be identical. I drew one and then cut them both out. And the idea is I've made a list today. You don't need to read this, but I've made this very long. It turned out to be a lot longer than I expected. Of all of the wounds and scars that I have collected in my life. And some of these are physical, like having my wisdom teeth removed, and most of these are more emotional scars that I've spent the last several decades of my life minimizing. So what I'm going to do is take all of these and physically represent them, draw them onto this figure that represents the old me, the me up until now. And then what I'm going to do for every single scar, physical or emotional, on the old me, I'm going to draw it not scarred, healthy, happy, good on the new me. And then when I've got this nasty, really sad visual representation of all the stuff I shouldn't have had to endure, right? All the crap that has worked together to make me who I am. I'm going to burn this one. Let it go, and I'm going to put this somewhere so that I can remember what I've worked to become, so I can focus on what I've got rather than what's happened. So are you with me? This should be fun. So alright, yellow jackets. When I was very, very little, like very little, I got yellow jackets in my onesie, and I screamed and cried, and my parents just thought I was, I don't know, gassy or something. So it wasn't until they went to change my diaper hours later that they discovered the carnage. So I'm going to draw those bites on there. Not that I've suffered intense emotional pain about this over the years, but it was something that was traumatic, and it was very young, and so it's going. I'm not having favorites. They're all going on here. Now, let's see. Right ring finger tendon got stretched. I was holding on to a lead rope, and the animal just kept going, even though I hit a tree, and so the lead rope just, so that has made my finger stiff for years now, but it is almost unnoticeable at this point. The tendon has very, very slowly started to stretch back out. I don't think I should tell the backstory of all of these, maybe just the good ones, because otherwise we're going to be here all night. So forgive me if this isn't a true confessions of every single injury I have ever had. Oh, here's the big one that I only in the last couple of years noticed. An energetic block to everything. This has been something that I didn't even know was an issue. I didn't know until it was gone, but that there's this energetic stuff that goes into all the trees and all the plants and all the animals, including us, and I had it cut off. all my life until a couple of years ago. And I don't know what made it lift, but I was walking in the park and I was like super high energy and I was like, what is going on? What the heck? I don't understand. I feel like my body is eating the air and that I'm getting something from it. And it occurred to me that this was a problem all of my life and part of why I've been so emotionally drained, because there's this source of energy that everybody's absorbing and not aware of it, and I, for whatever reason, was completely blocked from it my entire life, and it had such a profound effect on me that I'm just not the same person that I was before I regained that ability that I didn't know I'd lost. So that's a big one. Oh, I had a bruise on my forehead when I was really little and I left a scar. I fell in a root. Okay, boy, this one. How am I going to draw this? My eyes. What is the color of eyeballs being violated? It's not a good color. Let's use red. So, I used to have a parent who would force me to look him in the eye when he screamed at me in rage, and that was particularly wounding. There's something really vulnerable about eyeballs, the ocular orifice, and it doesn't feel like red. There's something that's more red. Make it look like they're bleeding tears. There we go. In fact, I was so young and so tender that I really, I equate it with an energetic rape of some kind. It was, he would look me in the eye, he would hold my head up and make me look him in the eye, and he'd just pour all of his rage that really didn't have anything to do with me, just pour all of this, and my little body had to do something with it. It was just awful. Okay, that's really creepy looking now. What else? Oh, that's a fun one. I got married young. I was a virgin, and let's see, blue and brown are good for nasty colors. The first time I had physically intimate relations with my new husband, let's just make this as weird shaped as we can. Not that there's anything wrong with weird shapes, but ooh, purple's not quite the right color to go down there either. Just put a big X on it, like gross. My husband immediately after deflowering me introduced me to the term uglies, and it has taken me decades to recover from that. Are you gonna help me? Can you see him? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, you like the new one. I do too. Hi. Want to be on camera? How are you? No? It's not food time yet, I promise. So, yeah, uglies. That was fun. Oh, and my chest was always way too small and way lopsided. So we're going to go with little boobs, but one of them's a little bit bigger than the other one. Pink's an okay color for that, because I never really had a problem with my boobs other than size and symmetry. Oh, that's right. And then on the inside of my girly places, I have been with men who thought this was a great way to show me how tough they were by using their fifth appendage as a battering ram on purpose. So one big ugly bruise up in there, because we wouldn't want to treat that like it was special, would we? Oh, yes, I must turn the heart into bloody hamburger because, well, I think everybody can relate to this one. I'm just going to make the physical organ here. Not a medical student, so this thing has been mangled. Mangled and just beat and crushed and ground up and just turned into a pulpy lump of coal. Can it be a lump of coal and pulpy at the same time? It's not really, that's almost looking pretty. That's not what I'm going for here. I'm going for hamburger. Hamburger. No, that doesn't have any ink in it. As I put it back. As I just go ahead and put it back. Brown. No, just like some more dripping blood. Not like healthy pumping of blood, but like just oozing blood because it's been crushed beyond recognition. So, I'm not going to say that my heart's currently in that kind of a state of destruction, but it's not exactly, it doesn't exactly look fresh, I would wager. Oh, and I have always had difficulty with allergies. My lungs themselves are real prone, they're sensitive, prone to infection, and I cannot recover from an infection without antibiotics. So I've had strep throat more times than I could count, and none of that got any better until I had my cryptic tonsils removed, because nobody knew for years and years and years what the problem was, and it was that my tonsils were rotting out of me. So I still have some allergy issues and sensitivities in that area. Oh, and then shingles. Because yes, why wouldn't I have shingles? Okay, what is the pussiest colors I can find here? Because I actually had shingles in my eyes. And yes, I realize that's really bad. And it happened anyway. And fortunately, it wasn't in my eyes, it was just in the, just around the lids and stuff, but it was scary. And then it came down. It was really bad on the back of my neck. I'm just drawing grossness here. Not gonna be hiring me to illustrate medical journals anytime soon. I have a feeling that's not going to happen. So that happened. Then I had the little dots, like chicken pox, all over me. All the way down. So it was like some weird combination of shingles and chicken pox, because I'm too young to get shingles, but I did anyway because, you know, stress is a crazy thing. Also, I had chicken pox as a kid, so I double duty, right? Chicken pox twice. The second time with a touch of shingles in my face. Because that's what we want. Is to have a weeping scalp and weeping pus out of your eyes. That was a fun summer, let me tell you. I had to order in food and answer the door with sunglasses on so people didn't think I was a contagious leper. Alright. So far most of these have been physical. Let's see, how do I draw feeling chronically unsafe all of my life as a direct result of being bullied and terrified by a parent. What is the color of fear? Why do I feel like green? I don't know, but let's do it. Or yellow. Yellow is the color of fear, but it's also an intellectual. I'm gonna do green because it's more of a sickly yellow, not a healthy yellow. Constant feeling of being in a completely unsafe war zone. This isn't looking good. She's looking a little rough, I must say. Can you see that? Looking like something out of a horror movie. No wonder I have struggled walking around with all of this going on in my memory and on my body. Okay, so I am still getting used to this camera, and apparently we only got 20 minutes of the footage that I shot. So that's okay, because I really wanted to cut a lot out. I didn't want to give you an hour-long video, but this has gotten a lot further since the camera stopped. I've got a lot of damage here, some of it physical, a lot of it psychic, psychological, not really psychic. A lot of it's emotional. A lot of it has to do with being devalued by other people and being treated like I was worthless, and some of it's physically being beaten and some of it's emotionally being beaten, but lots of beating here. And I'm kind of, there's so many layers upon layers of different kinds of woundings and scars that I'm just, it's no wonder it took me 10 years to finish mourning everything, because holy cow. I mean, this little figure looks like she walked out of some kind of toxic, post-apocalyptic hellscape. It just, she's chained up, she's got all kinds of toxic things all over. Now this one, on the other hand, this is everything fine, right? No problems with my heart, no problems with my lung or my sinuses or injuries, or no ugliness in this general region. I didn't draw anything on the back. And just a clean, bright aura all around. So this is the one that's a keeper to remind me of where I'm at. And this is the one that needs to be burned to let go of. And I was going to do that tonight, but I think I want to hold on to it for a little while and really sort of soak in the import of all these layers. It's funny how it looks different when you put it in a visual, when you can visualize it, it looks different than just remembering and knowing. And to see it all laid out here, it really looks like a lot. Well, and it is. And we've all got this stuff. I'll bet some of you have even more stuff. Like this, I am by no means holding a monopoly on pain and injury. I think I want to take some time to process this, so I will come back to this tomorrow or the next day. We've got to do it at least by the new moon, though, get rid of it before we start fresh. So we'll skip ahead and get to the burning of this thing and letting all the old wounds and scars go, and just being a happier, healthier, non-baggaged. I don't know if that's possible. The baggage, I don't know that the baggage is really going to evaporate, but we can put it somewhere in storage. It doesn't have to be on our backs, right? So a closer approximation of a baggage-free being, and that's what we're doing. So thanks for watching, and we'll skip ahead to Burning Man, Burning Woman, Burning Effigy, burning all the old pains and hurts and injuries and Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, no. Not gonna sing for you. I respect you too much to try to sing for you. So let's skip ahead a night or two and let go of all the bad.